Welcome. This week we are going to do prime factorization in standard form. So here's some vocabulary for you to write down, and I also posted under today's video as well. So our first word is factors. Numbers you can multiply to get another number, and you can pretty much take any two numbers you want to multiply them together. So here for an example, 2 times 3. I have two numbers multiplied together to get another number of 6. 2 and 3 are our factors. Our next vocabulary word for this week is prime numbers. Numbers that have only 2 factors. So for example, if I'm going to find out the factors of 19, you can go to your calculator, 19 divided by 2, 19 divided by 3, 19 divided by 4, and you're going to get a number with decimals, or decimal and then numbers behind it. So 19 is actually a prime number. It only has 2 factors, 1 and itself of 19. Because a prime number, when only 2 factors go into it, and 1 is one of the factors, and the other number is the other one. And if we look over here, we have composite numbers. Numbers that have more than 2 factors, more than 2 factors. So if we take a look at 10, so here we have 19, here we're going to have 10. We know that 1 and 10 are because 1 times 10 is 10. But also, we know that 2 times 5 go into it. So that gives us more than 2 factors, and we're going to rewrite this in numerical order. So the factors of 10 would be 1, 2, 5, and 10. 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 5 is 10. So we know that all the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10. Now let's take a look at standard form. This is kind of how it's going to go with what is going to be multiplied with. We're going to use 10 again, and we're going to do our factor trees. What times what equals 10? Now when we do standard form, we know that 1 and 10 is going to multiply to get 10, but we also know that 2 and 5 are. Now 2 does not go ahead. Two numbers can't go into it besides 1. So actually 2 is a prime number. So we'll circle our 2. And 5 is also a prime number because nothing besides 1 goes into it. So when we write in standard form, we're going to do 10 equals 2x 5. And again, we write that x there as our indicator that it is multiplication. Let's do another example over here. I'm going to do the number 56. It's going to give us a lot more numbers than 10 did for sure. Now 56 ends in an even number, so we know that 2 goes into it. 56 divided by 2 will give us 28. Now 2 is prime, so I can circle that when I'm done with that left-hand side. Now 28 is also an even number, so I know automatically that 2 is going to go into it, and that's a prime number. 28 divided by 2 is going to give us 14. Whoa, 14 is another even number. So I know 2 goes into that, and it's prime. 14 divided by 2 gives us 7. Now will 7, what's going to happen with that number? Is it a prime number or a composite number? If you kind of look if anything goes into 7, anything multiplied goes into 7, it does not. So it is a prime number as well, so we will circle that. So now let's write this in standard form. I have 4 circles. Over here I had 2 circles and my 2 numbers. So to write in standard form for 56, I'm going to write each of these numbers down, and I'm going to put an X between them all, so I know I have to multiply. because 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 7 will give me 56. So that's how we're going to write things in standard form. Again, if you take notes today, that's great. If not, I'll have a handout on there that kind of would go into our notebook to give us more information on it. All right, good luck on the Google form.